Wait a minute. Allison's on time today? Oh my god!
We're still mad at her.
Whatever.
Hell hath frozen. No, wait a minute. It's not frozen outside anymore. We can't say that.
It's warm as shit.
But bump.
My windows down. My
Dude, it is
sunroof
great out there
open,
today.
Jamming to some Scissor Sisters.
What?
Scissor Sisters.
Don't know what that is.
It's good music. Learn it.
Oh, okay.
It's weird music, but it's good music.
Okay. Hipster music, apparently.
It's not hipster music.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Threading and Dreading. It's been a little while, but we're back fairly on time with another rendition of reviewing your favorite trailers and a little bit of movie news. I'm going to go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves again. To my right, we have...
What's up? DJ Aficionado. Nah, it didn't work.
Wow,
The Superhuman Aficionado.
Never again.
We need
Never
to
again.
But we need to do the musical episode.
Okay, we'll do a musical episode, but not
Wait,
now.
Does that mean we have to like rap or just sing or have harmonies?
No. Well, we can do harmonies, but I feel like if we digress, it has to be in rap form.
I'm a really bad rapper.
Then we're not going to digress.
We're white. None of us are good rappers.
That's not fair. Eminem's a fantastic rapper.
Okay.
He's white. Apparently. He's white.
Apparently.
What about Vanilla Ice?
Oh, God.
Ice
Rapper
baby.
ever.
Best rapper ever.
No. The only good song he ever did was the Ninja rap.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't even
yeah.
Yes.
remember the
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Oh wait, now I do.
He's on a mac and cheese commercial now doing that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because they have a new Ninja Turtle mac and cheese.
Oh.
Okay, keep going around.
So, how you doing, Mr. Aficionado?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good.
I got my White Russian in hand,
And your little Appa face.
and I got a drink.
Wait,
Where's Appa
Appa didn't
face?
say hello.
Appa,
Face.
where are you doing, bud? What's
Hey,
up?
Brett. Come here, Trouble. You gonna say hi? Here, I'm gonna rub the mic on your face because you're not gonna speak.
Oh, stop it. You make him sneeze.
I hope I don't get that mic.
You'll be lucky if
Later.
you
The
do.
sneeze was Appa.
So, across from Mr. Aficionado, we have...
Kim.
How you doing, ma'am?
Good.
We really
Good.
need to get her a new, less creepy name.
The girl
not-
next door.
Not Kim.
Not Kim. Kim. Yeah,
Kim is creepy.
Kim is such a creepy name.
It
I'd
is.
never trust my kids with a girl named Kim. Like, don't touch them.
Oh.
Just look at him.
Do you have to let Appa out?
No, he just likes to be on the other side of whatever door he's standing in front of. That's all.
Oh, poor
He's a
Appa.
curious dog.
Don't give him the mic. Don't.
He's gonna record him.
No need
He
to
has
do
shit to
that.
say.
He does. He's like, I want to be outside.
But
He has opinions on trailers too. He didn't watch any of them, but he has opinions. He's like, that one smelled like my ass.
But next to the girl next door, we have.
3-star Sapphire.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good.
Good,
Very
good.
full.
Very full. Yeah, you just
Very
had
full.
homemade sushi,
I
apparently.
did.
And how was that?
Delicious.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Go sit in your
And Miss 3-star Sapphire is now an aunt, correct?
I am now an aunt
Yay.
to little Jacob James, and he's adorable.
Glad to hear it.
We
Check
didn't
all the
make
toes,
some big hubbub
fingers.
when I was an uncle.
Did you check all the fingers and toes? They're all
He's
there?
got a ton of each.
Good. Then everything went well?
Everything went
Good.
fine.
Glad to hear it.
He's
Glad to
home.
he's it.
Sister's doing great. He was
Good.
a week old yesterday.
How does it feel to be an aunt?
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
I spoiled him before he was born, so now I get to spoil him now that he's born.
See, as an uncle, I didn't get to spoil my nephew until only recently. So at my mom's last birthday, every time his mom wasn't looking, and actually every time his mom was looking, I was sneaking him icing.
Like, here you go.
Yeah,
Here you go.
And he would just come over and he'd look at his mom who was sitting right next to me, and he'd just come to me and slowly open his mouth, and I'd put the fork of icing in his mouth.
Nice.
He's such a brat. And she'd be like, are you going to put him to bed? No, bitch. I'm the uncle. Have fun. What?
I know, right?
I'm going to buy him pretty things and give him sugared up.
Perfect.
My stepdad was like, let him grab the cake. But he didn't know to grab the cake. So I took the flour off the cake and handed it to him.
You're like,
They
eat
were
this
like-
whole sugary flour.
That's what I said.
Mom
But they were
will
like, you're
love
going to
it.
give him
Okay, you know what?
diabetes.
When I was a kid, I obsessed about like those toppings on cakes.
You always wanted the big
I
flour.
Yeah, you wanted the big flour. They were
have,
so
like,
good.
Fights in my family about
Oh my
what
God, I
kid
love
got
them.
what flour.
I
on the
know.
cake.
Right? You're like, no, I don't want the pink flour. I
It
want
was
the
like-
green flour.
That
I always wanted the
crunchy
yellow one.
sugar stuff that is so good. I don't know what that is.
It's
But-
Crack.
icing.
No, but it's not just
crack.
icing.
No, there's different consistencies of
cocaine.
icings that
Yeah.
will make it and dry out.
Right, and when it dried out, I actually liked it better when it was dried out because it was
It's
like,
more like a candy icing.
yeah, it was more like candy icing. Oh my
Sta-
god, it was so good.
Stale cake, right as it's going stale, like it's really, really good.
It is.
Once it gets to like that, like really like concrete, you're like, I think I broke a tooth. See, and growing up, we used to fight over it, but now my brother, for whatever reason, doesn't have such a sweet tooth anymore. So I'm like, I'm getting the flour, bitch, and he's like, here, shut up.
You don't have it. I don't.
I'll
Nobody
straight
cares.
line off my piece and give it
He's
to
like, you know what? Have the whole cake. I'm not a cake eater. He's like, I want the ice cream. You don't get the ice cream, fucker. And he's like, it's peanut butter. And I'm like, quit trying to kill me. God. Ass,
Oh,
that's
wow.
Mean.
And there are a few foods that age better. Like, the only one I can really think of is like, well, besides maybe cheese, of course, that's comes with the territory, but like meatloaf. Leftover meatloaf is the fucking shit. I love it.
I've only ever really had one meatloaf that I ever really like.
What was that?
liked. Do you remember my friend Bane?
Yeah.
His husband makes this meatloaf. I don't know. Well, I mean, I was there when he made it, but I don't know what set it apart from the meatloafs I've had. Like, the Velveeta cheese, or they put in grain, like oatmeal, like as filler. Holy shit! It was the greatest thing. Well, it was the greatest meatloaf I've ever eaten. But you
Okay.
know what really ages well?
What's
the
that?
the thing that's only good when it's stale. Peeps.
Peeps are they're kind of better stale. Yeah.
Kind of better. I will open Peeps and leave them on my nightstand for a week before I touch them.
He's
People
like,
will-
I buy Peeps to make them stale.
Yeah.
Open them now and then eat them on Easter.
Well,
like,
see-
I don't
Do
know
you,
why
do you
people
want?
get-
I have probably a stale package of Peeps.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this
in
is
my
Peep
house
season right
now.
now,
I
yeah.
will
Last
fuck
year.
them up.
I'll bring them to you next
People
time.
bring me Peeps, and I'm like, oh, are they stale yet? And they're like, what? No. Why would they be stale? I'm like, why would you give me fresh Peeps? Do you hate me?
They're also trying to kill you.
Yeah, they're also trying to
And we're
kill
right
me.
in the middle of Peep season right now. They're just entering stores, so you got to get
No,
your
they've been in
Peepsville.
stores for at least a week or two.
Have
'Cause
they?
I've been in an Acme or an Acme.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm
No,
going to
a
go
Food
to...
Lion, and they were in there. and I was like,
I don't trust Food Lion.
I was going to do the Food Lion to the Red Robin. Food Lion. Yo.
Red Robin.
I don't think it works as well.
No, it doesn't work the same.
Oh, it kind of works. Food
I'm gonna
Lion.
go to like Walgreens and I'm just gonna like hide packs and just like pop them, and then the day after Easter,
Oh my
I'm gonna go and
God.
buy them. And they're gonna be like, "This one's open." I know, I was here.
I saw it. It was opened.
I got this.
It's cool.
Like that guy who goes through supermarkets grabbing all the bread. You're punching holes in all the Peeps.
Yeah,
Just a little hole.
Do you know that's actually technically a fetish now? Guys going through supermarkets grabbing loaves of bread.
it's a fetish.
That is a fetish.
Hey
Was
Kim,
it
does
supposed
Mike have
to-
this fetish? Why?
might.
Why does he know this?
No,
Not sure, I'm
there
a
was
little
a.
Is it gender specific or are
No.
there women that do it too?
It was women that do it too.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it was on I don't know, some news report where they saw this guy is walking up and down the aisles grabbing every loaf of bread. Yeah,
Like the wrapped ones or the fresh ones?
either one. Yeah, it's the strangest thing. I mean, I guess there's a fetish for everything, but what the fuck? I mean,
like, do they crumple it so it's unsellable or?
yeah.
Oh.
As they smush it as much as they can to the point where it's like they can't sell that bread anymore.
So is the fetish to destroy shit? Because
Not necessarily, but apparently that's what they do.
Is the Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin guy? Is he the one that was caught on this camera? 'Cause I feel like that would be.
That's very possible. Charmin doesn't get him off anymore.
No,
Charmin
he's upgraded to bread.
He upgraded to bread.
weird. What the fuck are you talking about?
The
You never see
Charmin
those
squeezing
commercials?
commercials. They're like, squeeze the Charmin.
And the
No.
guy's like,
Feel how
"Please don't
soft it
squeeze the
is."
Charmin." He like works in like the pretend grocery store.
Yeah. He moves on to the produce next.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of produce, I just saw a porn that involves produce. And I feel like that kinda
Weirdest
sells itself.
segue ever.
But kind of perfect.
Yeah, there was a cucumber involved. Imagination's not really needed.
No. I remember, do you ever watch, it was on Spike, the old show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
I
Yes.
love my favorite one was there was this guy and he made a metal bull so that they could kill their enemies, and the king tested it with him. And they would light a fire under the bull
Yes.
and put their enemies in
Uh-huh,
there.
yeah.
And it would just fucking smoke him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's awesome and delicious.
You want smoked
Smoked
meat.
man muscle.
See, the way you said it, Kim, was gross, but the way Mike said it was kind of appealing. Smoked man
And he has
muscle.
no idea I just quoted Space Mutiny.
I don't know what that is, but if they're smelling smoked meat,
Big, McLarge, huge.
I'm down with that as a point.
No, but I bring this up because there's one on there of a woman who had shaved herself from a carrot, thing to pleasure herself with. But what she didn't realize is that carrots have very microscopic grooves in them, and when she pleasured herself, she damaged the inside of her body and ended up bleeding to death internally.
Well, they're also sharp.
Yeah. Well, no, she had shaved off the front of the carrot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
No, this was just a guy who shoved a cucumber up his ass.
She sharpened it into
yeah.
a nice blade out the tip.
Yeah, really. I'll stab you with my carrot.
This podcast has gotten very odd. I don't know where we get.
And we digress.
When we digress.
And we digress. Bam.
Drop the mic.
But
Bow, chicka, bow.
anyone have anything going on? Any news to discuss?
I just killed my dog.
Really?
Yeah, he was crying too much, so
Oh.
I punched him in the face through a door.
Oh,
Face.
poor
One
Appa.
punch killed him.
One punch. No,
Poor Appa.
no, not even a little bit. I would be heartbroken.
Yeah.
Please, I took him to the vet once, and they're like, "Well," and I was like, "Oh my god!" And they're like, "He's amazing," and I was like, "I hate all of you."
Don't do that to me. It's not like my family's dog that has like 20 different problems and he needs 30 different medications to get through it. It's a shame. He has like doggy epilepsy, a thyroid problem. He has a bad leg. This dog. Ugh.
My Australian
Thanks, Debbie
Shepherd is
Downer.
epileptic.
What?
My Australian Shepherd's epileptic.
Yeah, it's strange how that's catching on in dogs now.
It's really weird. The first.
Well, I mean,
time-
I'm seeing more of it.
No,
Not just
it's
catching.
not funny. I was just thinking of the
Kim has
hell
a
is
very
that
sick
show?
sense of humor.
What?
Oh, it used to be. I think it was on HBO. It was the two guys. They
Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
I win.
You know what the funny thing is? I was like, wait, it's those two guys. I was like, wait, it's that show that I don't know the name of,
And they-
but I can picture them in
And
my
they
head.
sang about baguettes in the one episode. That's the only one I ever
Well,
saw.
one of them they sang about epileptic dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, but anyway, it was funny.
The first time my
Anywho.
Australian Shepherd ever had a seizure, we thought it was because my dad had laid down like bee killer.
Yeah,
and he,
that'll
like,
do
licked
it.
it, and he thought that's what it was. But he's had seizures now since then, and I was like, I don't think that like causes a permanent thing.
Nah.
So they never put him on any meds because they said that if he was on like epilepsy medication, that it could really alter his personality. And he had at the time one of like the greatest personalities. Now my mom is a German Shepherd, and Appa comes over, and now he's just an attention whore, and he's, a jerk. And he's got bad breath because Jesse never lets him play with any toys.
Luckily, my parents' dog, he doesn't really change his mood whenever he's on his meds. He kind of gets a little drowsy, but he's okay. The saddest thing is that you can't put like Frontline or anything like that on him because he's allergic to it. And the second you put him on him, he goes into a fit. So
wow.
you can't put like anything for like ticks or fleas on him.
Can you put a flea collar on them?
No, he's allergic to that too.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I mean,
So, like,
that's like the least amount of thing you can do, just
Yeah.
a flea collar.
yeah, pretty much. So he just basically can't get any type of like flea protection. So he has really bad fleas like late in the summer, but he ends up okay. They wash him regularly.
Yeah.
He's okay with flea shampoo though. That's the weird thing. That's okay.
It's probably some different delivery active system,
Right.
active ingredient, or the concentration of it.
Right. Sorry, we're getting technical about dog shampoos and collars now. On a bit of happy news, Kim and I were just down in Baltimore yesterday to watch Delaware win the CAA championship, and hell yes. I know that Paul doesn't care, and Alison probably doesn't really care that much.
I saw it on your Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I had
No.
to read it twice. I'm like, what the heck is he talking about?
I sat down in my break
but-
room yesterday at Best Buy, and there was something about sports. I was like, oh, that's the one with the ball, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but which one? There's more than one?
It's the one with the ball and the guys
I
go
just-
back and forth.
I
and
just
the
thought it was
people.
different rounds. It was like, this is the round where you kick it,
This is the round where you toss it.
and this is the round
where
where
you
you hit it
bounce
with a
it.
bat. And
Yeah.
then there's the special round where you can use the puck version, and if you get a goal unit, you can punch the other person. Isn't that how everything goes?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure I got this right. Appa, sit the fuck down. You're
Aww.
pissing me off.
Aw, poor Appa.
No, poor Appa. Poor Daddy. Daddy's trying to take him places so he's not locked in that house all by himself. He's being a jerk off.
But the good thing about this was that Delaware hadn't gotten back to the NCAA tournament since 1999. So they finally got back.
The men's
team, yes. The
basketball.
women's team is, sadly, usually much better than the men's team.
Why is that sadly?
I know,
Sexist?
right?
But no, I'm
Nice.
saying that
Sadly,
I would.
the women's team is better than the male
No,
team.
stop! I'm saying I would like both teams to be good.
Damn.
For God's sake.
Damn. Kim, you see what you're dating?
What a
I have
sexist.
no words.
I am not sexist.
The way you worded that was a little fucked up, dude.
I'm sorry.
I say
didn't-
some fucked up shit, but
Okay. Didn't mean to word it that way. Anyway, but the men's team is finally back in the tournament, but the only problem now is that the constant joke around campus and online is, oh, we're going to party like it's 1999. Ooh, I'm like, oh, God.
how do you know what the word around campus is? Do you still hang out with college students?
I
No.
hope he doesn't.
Christ.
Yeah, he does.
Creepy.
Yeah, I'm a creeper. I'm that guy who goes around campus creeping on people.
You are the guy who goes on campus creeping on people. I don't know why you said that all sarcastic like you're not. Kim, I'm going to remind you that for the first year, I wasn't actually sure that you knew you guys were dating.
Actually, I think, Paul, you were like, are you sure Kim is actually a person in an imaginary?
No, I knew Kim. I knew Kim, maybe not before he did, but we used to work together.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember actually pulling her aside finally and was like, you do know that he thinks you're dating. And she was like, we are dating. So you're aware of that. And she was like, yeah.
She said that, like, begrudgingly.
Yeah, we're dating.
And now it's been over 2 years, right? And I'm just like,
I bet say
3
3
years.
years.
Yeah.
well, then I'm not wrong.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it has been over 2.
It has been over 2. It's like, Paul, we've been together 20 years. So that's more than 2.
Exactly.
Anyway. And still sometimes I'm like, she's in on it, right? Like, she knows. This is Mike.
It's all the big prank we're pulling on you, Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, this is...
It's been like
It's
a
very
3-year
elaborate,
setup.
but
I'm really scared of what the punchline's going to be if it's taken 2 years, almost 3 years or whatever.
A year from now on April Fool's, we'll go, gotcha!
And my skin's going to tear off my body. like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh,
gonna die.
God.
And they're going to be like, wow, we really got him.
it's totally worth it.
Nice. Well, if there's nothing, I'm going to get into a little bit of movie news. The first bit is something that Kim and I discussed, and I'm just disgusted with it, is that The Last of Us has been greenlit for a film. Now, does everyone know what The Last of Us is?
Yeah,
No.
I saw Ben posted that the other day.
Yeah.
At least
It's a
this has a
video game.
story, though.
Well, it has a story, but that's just the issue. The story was well told within the video game.
So,
This doesn't need to be a film.
I mean, and I don't disagree, especially considering that they use, like, the actors' faces and stuff. Because they use that it's the actor from fucking American Horror Story. The guy who was the therapist in the first movie. That was the face template for the main guy, wasn't it?
Oh, it may have been. I don't know.
Dylan McDermott?
Is that his name? The guy who played the
That's his
therapist in
name?
the first movie?
The
and-
dad? in the
Yeah.
first- Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the face template.
It may have been. All I know is that the guy's voice, I think, was Nolan North. I could be wrong, but Nolan North is basically known throughout all video games for like being the guy to go to for voices.
Oh, really?
He did Booker from BioShock Infinite. He
Okay.
did
I know that
Drake
name.
from Uncharted.
Drake is so
And
hot.
I can't remember any others. I mean, it's a slew of video games he's voiced for. And I'm pretty sure he provided the voice for this character in The Last of Us. Whether or not it was his face model, I don't know. Remains to be seen. But the problem with this is, like I said, with like BioShock Infinite, you have a narrative that is told perfectly within the video game. The game itself is almost a movie because it's told so well.
Not
and
gonna
within
lie,
what
if they said that they were making a BioShock movie, I would probably come immediately. And then if it was good,
Paul,
I would
they're
just...
making a BioShock movie.
God damn it.
Oh, poor Appa.
Now I feel dirty. I'm holding the dog. My pants are stained.
His mouth's open like,
His
oh,
mouth's
yeah.
open. He's like, Daddy, come on. I'm
Oh my
right here. It's like that scene in Shrek.
Wait,
Jeez,
what?
Whoa!
The scene in Shrek where he's like, oh, my mouth was open.
Oh,
He
wait.
farted.
Okay.
Oh, you don't remember that scene where Shrek just like blew all over Donkey?
Yeah, where he's just like,
Unloaded.
he was like, in the morning I'm making waffles, and then he glued him to the wall.
Donkey!
Yeah.
That was not
Yeah, remember
in the
they
version
fucked,
of
and then
Shrek
the next
that
time
I
was in the morning I'm
saw.
making waffles.
Shrek, the musical porno.
I would be.
Thank you. Good night. So all my viewers have tuned out.
I would love a musical porno. As she's coming, it like suddenly switches to opera. You can see them like all doing ballet. God, if that would actually work, that'd be really fucking cool to see. You guys need to not be aware of what's going on in my head.
Oh, gosh.
If you've never seen Black Swan, that's pretty much the closest you'll ever get to that.
Yeah, but there was no actual penetration on the stage.
No, but
He lifts her up and just starts like balancing her pussy on fucking one finger.
wow.
Like bringing it on.
And then she's like, he did the shocker.
Wow.
You spin me right round.
Jesus Christ.
They have to get a new guy like every time because he always breaks his pinky off in her ass. How's your
Anyway,
pinky healing? It's all right.
so Screen Gems will be distributing this live-action film of The Last of Us based on the critically acclaimed PlayStation 3 exclusive, which is going to be developed by Naughty Dogs. Neil Druckmann, who is the creative director for the game, is going to be writing the script, which I'm okay with, since he was basically the writer for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense he'd be the writer for this. But what has me worried is that the producers are going to be Evan Wells and Christoph Balestra, who are part of Naughty Dogs, as well as Sam Raimi.
Yeah, but Sam Raimi's not terrible.
No, but here's the thing.
Ow. The first
Does
two
no
Spider-Man
one
were
remember what he's doing now? The last thing he did was Oz. He's becoming Tim Burton. He's much more style over substance. Don't get me wrong. I
awesome.
love
The James Franco movie Oz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought
So-
I was thinking the HBO show. I was like, he did Oz?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, Oz,
Oz the Great and Powerful. Yeah, that
yeah,
prequel.
movie was ass.
It pretty much was.
I'm in love with Mila Kunis, and even I was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And here's the saddest thing about that. I love Sam Raimi. I love a lot of his early work. I just don't know what he's become. The last thing I liked of his was Drag Me to Hell, which was like 5 years ago now.
I never saw that.
It was pretty good. Apart from that, I don't know what he's become. All of his work is so much style over substance, and his style of filmmaking is not going to complement this movie. Can you imagine the type of cinematography for like the Evil Dead or the Spider-Man series done in The Last of Us? No, it'd be crap. Now again, he's not a director, he's a producer. So he's not going to have all
The
of
final
his
word.
Yeah, he's not going to have the final word on any of this, but it could end up being like what Steven Spielberg was in Poltergeist, which was he was a producer, yet he was still basically directing the film. I don't know. I'm very conflicted by this. I have not played The Last of Us because I do not own a PlayStation 3, but
Slacker.
yeah, slacker. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I know that the narrative within the game is told very well. And I just feel that if the game tells it well enough, you don't need to make a movie unless you really feel that you can contribute something new to this movie. Some sort of narrative that was not told in the game.
I think that with a game, it's better because you're playing a part in this narrative, so it's more...
You're more involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a very good defense. Like, you had mentioned this before. What happens if they try to make a Heavy Rain movie?
Right, yeah.
Because Heavy Rain is essentially the closest we ever got to like a combination of a movie and a video game.
Well, hold on, because if they did, I mean, they could do a Heavy Rain based movie, and they could do a movie like this. There's a lot of story that you don't necessarily see in the game. Now, I haven't beaten the game, but there's, and I haven't picked up the game in a while, but I think there's years between the start of the issue and where the game picks up.
Yes,
so they
that is
could
true.
do the story leading up to that. You know, there's a lot going on. The guy's dealing with a lot, the main character. Or they could go with other characters. I mean, they probably won't, but these are things that they could do. It could be, this based on that and still use the name. I don't know that they would do that.
Yeah, okay, now, if that were the case, if they did, like an anthology where they were telling other stories in this realm, I might be okay with that, because I like the world that The Last of Us takes place in. I just don't know if you want to retell this story of these two.
Like that world? It's shitty as hell, dude.
No,
That
no,
shit is broke.
No, that's like saying I like the world of the Evil Dead. You know, it's just like
Mike's like, no, I love downtown Wilmington. It's beautiful. I love all of the destruction.
That's right,
and
vacation.
All those like lettered streets.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite areas.
I love that I can just like landmark their graffiti. What color penis am I looking for?
With herpes.
With herpes. Why would you spray paint a herpes penis?
I don't know. Why'd you want to go to A Street?
Wilmington.
Yeah, we're really talking up our city here.
Yeah, don't visit, folks. I'm sorry.
There's an
Not
AIDS clinic on
Wilmington.
9th.
What?
There's an AIDS clinic on 9th. I've gone there to get tested.
Visit the AIDS clinic.
It's on 9th.
It's on 9th.
Paul approved.
No, it's a really shitty clinic. Like,
Uh,
I'm just
Paul
saying it's
disapproves.
there. Paul disapproves. I've been there.
Anyway, moving on. So the next thing we have up, which I want to discuss this with Paul because I'm sure he has very varying opinions on it, is that Michael B. Jordan has addressed some of the criticisms about him being cast as Johnny Storm.
Yeah, he was
Fantastic
like,
Four.
I'm going to be the best Johnny Storm you ever saw.
Yeah, well, here was his exact quote, and it was at an event in Rome. He was
His exact quote, I'm the Human Torch, nigga!
Wow. No.
There's going to be a big bleep over everything but the last word.
Mm-hmm.
Beep, 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 nigga!
But he was speaking at an event in Rome, and he was addressing some of the criticisms, and here is the exact quote. It was expected. You kind of know that going into it, people were going to be seeing something one way. It's a continuity thing more than anything. People don't like change too much, but annoyed, you got to accept it for what it is. You can't make everyone happy. You just got to accept that and know that I'm an actor. I have to do my job.
See,
So
my issue with him being cast isn't him being cast. And I got into this really surprisingly heated argument with somebody about this. And they were like, well, I really hate that they keep giving white roles to black actors. And
this is exactly the point I was going to make, but continue.
And I was like, well, why? And they were like, well, you can't take a black role and give it to a white person. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? We've done that. And they're like, who? I was like, Fox in Wanted? Fox in Wanted, the woman that Angelina Jolie plays, is black in the comics. Furthermore, that entire movie, though, was amazing. It should have just been renamed something completely different because it had nothing to do with the book at all.
Pretty much.
But not the point. I was like, these characters, these actors have every right to try and portray an African-American or Mexican or Asian or Middle Eastern version of these characters as much as any white actor does. Mm-hmm. Simply based on the fact, and my logic is, in the 60s, when these characters were created, you couldn't have a black superhero. Nobody would have bought that book. You will notice that most superheroes were white and blonde.
Right.
Plain and simple. So they couldn't have had a black Johnny Storm. My issue with this casting, not with him, but with the Fantastic Four casting, is that Johnny's black and Sue's white.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm just confused.
Right.
I'm not upset. I just need like one line of dialogue that says somebody was adopted.
Right. This is exactly the point I'm driving at because, like you, I don't mind that Johnny's black. I'm okay with that.
I'm
And
excited about
Yeah,
it.
and Michael B. Jordan, I haven't seen him in much things I've seen him in. He's been okay.
He was awesome in Chronicle. We already know the motherfucker can fly.
Yeah.
Now he's got to light his ass on fire.
And everyone raved about him in Fruitvale Station. I didn't see it, but I heard he was very good in that.
Yo, I loved Fruitvale train station. It's my favorite train station. What? I don't even know what that is.
Okay, well, never mind.
And he's in that awkward moment with Reed Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
interesting.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Reed, so there's three main actors. Kim gave me a weird look. There's three main actors.
In the one that's coming out or the old one?
The one that's coming out.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, there's three actors. There's the black guy who's going to be Johnny. There's
Yeah,
Zac
yeah.
Efron. And then the other guy is Reed Richards. I don't know who the other guy is either.
Oh, it's so... Okay. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying something stupid.
Reed Richards was the guy who stretched.
Yes. That's not what I was going to ask.
What were you going to ask?
Isn't he, like, supposed to be older?
They're going to use the ultimate spin on things. The ultimate universe. So they're going to be younger.
Okay.
It's going to be a younger basis. All four actors are younger. And my other confusion is probably one of the things I liked most about the original two movies was that Michael Chiklis didn't need CGI. He was already a thicker build,
Right.
and the padding they used on him, I thought was really well done. The guy that they cast for Ben in this movie, do you guys remember the movie Jumper? The
Yes.
really shitty teleporter movie?
Right.
Yeah.
So not Hayden Christensen, but the other teleporter
Yeah.
is Ben.
Okay.
That scrawny dude?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
Ooh.
Huh.
So I'm
Two
thinking,
thumbs down.
I'm thinking CGI,
Probably.
unless he
Yeah.
packs on a shit ton of weight.
Unless he pulls a Tom Hardy. Yeah, and just like gets really jacked up for a part. Yeah.
But even then, like
Steroids.
somebody that thin can only get so jacked and
Right.
so long.
Very, very
Right.
true.
So I don't know.
Now,
I feel like they should have just brought Chiklis back.
Yeah, exactly. He was really good.
He was the best part.
and here's my ultimate point about Jordan being cast for this part. Like I said, I don't mind him playing the part of Johnny Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get why Sue isn't black.
Right. And that's
And-
what I was looking for. Like, I was hoping that it would be like some unknown young black actress.
Yeah.
And that would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I understand this now because here's what Fox is doing with this version. They're saying, okay, we want to appear like we're being racially sensitive, but we really aren't. Because while we accept the fact the audiences are ready for a black Johnny Storm, they're not ready for a black Susan Storm. Because heaven forbid we have an interracial couple on screen.
Well, that's one
what
of the
Fox
things
is saying.
that I was so excited about.
Yeah.
Was that other than, and they'll probably do this on the upcoming Netflix shows when they do Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, but they're one of the only that I can actually think of interracial human couples. Because, I mean, there's Wiccan and his boyfriend's an alien.
Right.
So that doesn't count.
Right.
Because he's whatever color he wants to be. He's a shapeshifter.
Right.
But there aren't many interracial couples.
Right.
So that's one of the things I was looking forward to when I found out that he was cast. I was like, fuck yes!
Right. And the other argument I want to make is that, again, like you, I don't mind these traditionally white parts being given to black, Asian, Latin American actors, whatever it may be. But I still want to see more traditional black superheroes coming to the forefront.
I agree.
And like, what is it going to take to get a Jon Stewart movie? For fuck's sake, make a Green Lantern Jon Stewart. Apparently they're going to do that with Justice League,
Yeah,
but we don't know.
Definitely talking about doing it with Justice League.
But I would love to see that. I love Jon Stewart as
and
Green
he's
Lantern.
one of the best Green Lanterns.
Yeah, not the
I
white
know,
Jewish
we've
Green
had
Lantern.
this- We've had this discussion.
I know.
Before.
But by the way, that would still be badass. Jon Stewart from The Daily Show as
In
Green Lantern.
blackface.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Killed the planet, guys! Like, John, what the fuck?
Someone
are you doing?
Photoshop that, please.
Or not, please. Don't.
Please
No, not in
Tropic Thunder
blackface.
all
Just
over.
Jon
Yeah.
Stewart as
No,
a
no.
Green Lantern.
In blackface.
No, not in blackface.
Yeah, that's what I was saying no
Yeah.
to.
No, but there was a discussion about it. I mean, right now we're looking forward to, Black Falcon coming up in Winter Soldier.
Black superhero Falcon. He's not the Black Falcon.
Oh, he was not?
No, he's just Falcon.
Just Falcon.
Just Falcon. 'Cause
Isn't
there
there
was
a-
never a white Falcon.
But isn't there a character called Black Falcon?
Not in Marvel.
I'm glad
Maybe
that I
it's in
convinced
DC. I
myself
could have
of that.
sworn there was a character called Black
There
Falcon.
might be a character named Black Falcon, but it's not. It's not
Okay, so
Marvel.
in Marvel it's
We-
just Falcon.
We have Black Goliath
Okay,
because we already had 2 white Goliaths.
right. Okay.
Why
Well,
does he gotta be black? Why
That's
does he gotta be
Marvel.
I
white?
don't know. But yeah, I'm basically in agreement with you with this.
Genealogy.
I mean, my only thought is I'm not angry that Michael B. Jordan is in this movie. I'm angry at the fact that for some reason you are afraid to have an interracial couple on screen. Why
But-
can't you just cast Sue Storm as black? Just
But
forget
hold on. Because if Johnny and Sue are not the same race, but they're still siblings, either one of them was adopted, which is not something we've seen in a superhero movie, or 2, one parent's black and one parent's white.
Well-
now, even in that case, Sue would be a little darker and Johnny would be a little lighter, probably, but not necessarily. But Sue sure as shit wouldn't be blonde.
Yeah.
But maybe Michael B. Jordan will dye his hair blonde and he'll come in all Cisco-like.
Yeah. No, and wow.
Flame on, motherfucker. Da-thong.
I will say this. There has been this argument online, and I kind of agree with it, that classically the image of a black man on fire is not a good thing. I'm just saying. I mean,
Agreed.
there is a lot of racial undertones with that
Well,
image.
as long as there's not people setting him on fire.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the same
have
note,
said that.
it's not like Marvel went and threatened him and said you have to do this.
Right.
He auditioned, he wanted the part, and he got the part.
Right.
And it's not like they needed his ass to stretch because he's big enough as it is. You better shut the fuck up. And if he played Ben, then the issue would be, oh, we had a black actor, but they covered him in rocks. They hate the black actor.
Fair
I
enough.
am not okay with him
Couldn't he
being
be
Johnny.
Like Black Rocks?
Oh,
That's racist. That's some racist. I'm not only okay with him being Johnny. I'm excited about it.
I'm not excited. I just wish they could have done something else with this. That's all.
I am curious to see how they're going to explain him and Sue. What I don't like so far is what I've read about the connections with the characters. Like, from what I've read about the story, and I hope that this was wrong, the four of them are going to get their powers in pairs and find each other. Sue and Reed and Ben are going to get their powers one way, and Sue and Johnny are going to get their powers another way, apparently, and they're going to come together. And now I don't want that to be the case, because actually the way that they explained it in the first movie, I thought was astounding. And I've used a similar version in my writing, and I really, really liked that. So
Okay.
I'm really hoping that it's not this like, oh, look, that's the X-Men.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking bullshit.
Fair enough. So that's all I have to really say about that, unless you want to add something else about that topic.
Yeah, X-Men's way better.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so moving on, our first trailer that we have up tonight is one that
Wait.
What?
I don't have anything to add on to that. But last time we met, I talked about how they released the cowl for the Flash.
Yes.
Today, they released the entire suit.
Yes, they did.
It looked fucking tight.
It looks like his suit.
Yeah, but did you notice the grooves and the parts that are rubber and the parts that are
Yeah.
fabric?
I'm not saying it looked bad.
Something
I thought it looked like a
before about
Flash.
piping.
Yeah.
And
There's not as much
No.
piping as I expected.
I'm not saying it looked bad. I thought it looked okay, but I've read the Flash enough to okay, they got it right. But I'm not excited for it. I'm like, okay, it's
It
good.
looks
It's
better than the
adequate.
fucking 90s version where it was just all one solid rubber suit.
True.
That bitch can't move.
Very true. By the way, I watched that 90s version, and when I was a kid, I loved that 90s version.
I didn't know that 90s version existed until I was an adult.
It was only like 2 seasons.
I mean, whatever.
It was
But-
quick.
Yeah, it was. Ah.
Fastest show on earth. Maybe that's why I can't get a date. Have you seen that meme? Yo, they dropped sex jokes in the old school fucking Cartoon Network Justice League, where he's like, I'm the fastest man on earth. And Hawk Girl's like, maybe that's why you can't get a date. And he's just like, oh. I was like, oh, snap.
There were some mature jokes in that series.
There's
That's
some
pretty
bite
funny.
to that show. And then in the one, somebody says something about the Jon Stewart, and they're like, something about, oh, he's not a real man. And she's like, trust me, he is. And just walked out of the shadows. And he was like, yo, you put it to you good, girl.
Yeah, that ring comes in handy.
It's black, dude. You don't need it. Back to the Michael B. Jordan. Yo, he doesn't need to stretch. People like, yo, calm down, bitch. Get out. Stop. Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Our first trailer we have up is Transformers 4.
Come on, you old wreck. Judgment Day. What the hell happened to you?
Look, it's not normal steel. I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just found a transformer.
Dinosaurs!
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "What?" Yeah, that was a dinosaur.
Yep.
I'm just gonna let it play through now.
It's the Dinobots.
I loved the Dinobots so much.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Dynamite.
I never really got into the original Transformers show.
Oh, I did, dude. I was a Transformer
I think it's on
holic when I
Netflix.
was a wee tyke.
You saw it on Netflix?
No, I think it's on Netflix.
The
I
entire
don't think it's the
first
original.
series?
Oh, it's not
Oh.
the original.
It might be
I
on
think there was some
Hulu.
series.
There was a series.
Okay.
But I don't think it was the original one. It might be. Check. It might be.
All right.
They just released on Netflix the entire everything of Pokemon.
Yes, they did.
Holy shit, how much crack is that you can handle at once?
We're not plugging a certain media
No.
content. No.
No, not at all. Netflix.
Do we get paid for this?
Netflix, if you want to sponsor our podcast, be my guest.
Is that like when Shark Week was supposed to sponsor?
Yeah, Shark Week.
Shark Week.
I feel like we're on Frasier where she's like, Roz walks in and she's like, we have a new sponsor. Make sure you plug it as often as you can. And it's like, yeah, when your pet dies, you can call us. What the fuck? Who is sponsoring us? This city sucks.
I'm going to ask this real quick before we actually get into the trailer because it needs to be cleared up. Dinobots, were they like a neutral party or were they just evil?
I don't remember, but I don't think that they were evil.
Okay.
I
Because
thought that I remember them being good.
there's in the teaser trailer, there's a little quick clip before the one we saw today.
Where Optimus fucks him up.
Yeah, not only that, but he rides him.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so does he tame him or are they allies? You know, it's...
I thought I remembered them being like a separate section of the Autobots, but I don't remember. My confusion is why Optimus is the only one we see.
No, you see Bumblebee.
You see Bumblebee.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
And you see
Okay.
Isn't there something
there was
else?
another guy next to Bumblebee.
Right, there's a
Maybe
guy
I
in
wasn't
red
paying
and there's a
enough
guy
attention.
in green.
Yeah, the green guy. I
yeah.
don't know.
I think those were the ones that were the NASCAR Autobots in the last
Okay.
movie. Yeah.
But he's like changed.
Yeah.
Like his body, and that's one thing I never liked about the Transformers was like I always liked the Transformers, but the one thing I didn't like about them was he could scan a new machine, fine, he could scan something else to transform into, and his body could accommodate for that. But your standard body shouldn't be able to be changed, I don't think.
Right.
But he like looks like he doesn't look like Optimus Prime anymore. He looks like a warrior, like an old like metallic knight, robotic knight. Most knights are metallic.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that Megatron again?
No.
Oh yeah, and
At
the
one
one
scene, I
guy
was
does
like-
look like Megatron, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
but
and I
he
was like-
died 3 times. Go away.
You mean this
Yeah.
guy who grows a gun out of his face?
I don't
that-
know. I just saw him.
I don't know. It was just like a quick scene. I was like, is that Megatron again? I was
But-
like, I thought they killed him.
I mean, in Beast Wars, they had another Megatron that ran the Predacons.
Really?
Yeah, in Beast Wars, the 2 teams were the Maximals and the Predacons, and the leader of the Maximals took on the form of an ape, and he was Optimus Primal. And then the leader of the Predacons, I don't remember what his original form was. I think his original form, was a bat or an alligator or something. And he was Megatron.
Interesting.
At one point, he was a dragon.
Now, actually getting into the trailer before we continue on about this Transformers lore,
Mm.
which we could do all day, but you know.
I have an idea. Let's bitch about
So, in this trailer, it's obvious that the original cast is not coming back.
it. Good.
Good is what I'm saying. Good. I'm tired of that cast. Mark Wahlberg, of all people.
Marky Mark!
Interesting casting. I don't hate Mark Wahlberg. I think he's okay.
I thought
And-
that the scene that they showed in the trailer was pretty cool with him. Where he's like, these parts don't make sense. I think we have a Transformer.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks,
And-
Mark.
It's clear from the very beginning. You see something like Remember Chicago, so the world now knows that there are Transformers, because in the first 3 movies it seemed like they were doing their best to cover it up. But obviously after the events of the 3rd movie, they're like, everyone knows about these aliens now.
Yeah, you can't cover that shit up.
Yeah, you can't cover up a big old planet appearing in the sky.
But on top of that, it also looks like the world, at very least, feels like they have built up the proper defenses against future threats.
Right.
Because you see a scene where Stanley Tucci is telling Optimus Prime or telling someone, we don't need you anymore.
Right,
We
which,
got
by the way,
this."
this is something I hate about Michael Bay, because in 2 other films, the second and third one, they've done that. They
Yeah.
keep saying, oh, we don't need you. We don't need you.
And then you need us!
If you've proven twice that you need them, you still fucking need them. For the love of God, stop doing this same story over and over. Each of these films, with the exception of the first, has had the exact same story. Some unknown force comes to the planet, and the humans think, oh, we don't need the Autobots anymore, and then the humans are hiding something that turns out would be, really good knowledge for the Autobots, and then sure enough, in the end, the Autobots come back and fucking save everyone. It's the exact same plot in every film, just repackaged with different names. And I'm getting sick of it. Michael Bay is rehashing the exact same story every single time, and people are just eating it up.
They revealed that Transformers 5 is going to be TMNT.
Oh, okay. By the way, combine those 2 worlds, fuck yes.
If he did it right, yeah.
Yeah.
The Technodrome transforms. I'm still waiting for the Technodrome to look like just a fucking Transformer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad.
It'll happen.
I'll find him. Like, I don't care. I got mad at fucking... I let M. Night Shyamalan go because they never made the second Avatar, but apparently they're fucking in the works for book 2 now.
They keep saying they're in the works for it.
I'll find them both. I don't give a shit. I'll find Michael Bay. I'll find Shyamalan. Shut up, Shyamalan! He doesn't live far from here.
You scared Alpha with Shyamalama.
I know. It's okay, buddy. He lives like 45 minutes from here.
He's usually in Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he lives like just outside of Philly.
Yeah, he usually lives in like Chester or somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
I'll find you. I'm not going to threaten you over the internet because that's illegal. But I'll find you. And then we'll have...
And I'll shake your hand.
We will have a discussion.
We'll have
We will have
very
words, sir.
heated discussion. I'll take my glove off, and I'll challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, but I don't know what you get away with the internet or not, because I specifically remember Corey Coleman calling out Jason Freeberg and Aaron Seltzer on one of his podcasts, saying, I want these guys' heads on a plate for me tomorrow morning. And
That's not
said,
fair. He didn't say he was going to do it.
No, but he did say, if I ever see these men in person, I will punch them.
I really do want to punch him, Night Shyamalan. Like, you don't understand how and this is going to sound kind of corny, but how passionate I feel about the Avatar show.
We know.
It's a great show. The way that the writers for Nickelodeon did it, it's not just a kid's show. The mythologies they create for the show, the theologies they use in the show, and then to fucking take it and just like almost literally just take a dump on the entire script.
Pretty much.
I saw an interview where he's like, I saw something in the cartoon, and I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I was like, you know what you should have done? Taken the script of the fucking cartoon and made it live action. Tool bag.
Pretty much. Now, again, we digress. Back to Transformers.
Michael Bay's a tool bag, too.
He is. And I don't want to see this. I'm done. I'm done with this series. I thought we were ending it with number 3, but sure enough, they're going to make, I think, 2 more films after this.
Dude,
I'm done.
3 was a stretch.
I'm
Yeah.
still going to see it.
And now we're going to go 4.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah, I never saw 3, so
Don't bother.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
you didn't miss a
I'm
lot.
not gonna
Trust
watch
me.
This one either.
I saw that shit in 3D, and I'm still going to see it.
I'm not. I don't care. I do not want to see this. I am done with this entire series. I don't care who you bring in. I don't.
So, you ever hear the Ron White joke, like, once you see a pair of titties, you want to see all the pairs of titties?
Yes.
Like, I'm not really excited. I just want to see the titties.
Okay, you know what? As much as I hate that analogy, it kind of works.
I'm just like, yeah, all right. All right, roll them back up. Put 'em
Roll
away.
back up.
It works. Like, if some dude comes up, he's like, yo, you want to see my dick? Yeah, I do. That's disgusting. Put it away. You're gross.
Things that make you go. Bleh. But that's what this trailer is for me. Bleh.
I was excited.
I'm not.
Every time I've seen it, I cheer.
Yeah. And Kim pointed out that the scream at the very end is very anticlimactic for Optimus. He just screams and then just hits him with a shield. It's like, okay.
I felt like there'd be a bigger, like if they were fighting,
There'd be
a
something else,
battle,
yeah.
Not like, oh, this thing's running at me. Ah, boop. Oh, he's dead.
It's like a baseball player screaming at the ball and then bunting it.
Ah! Boom. You see the picture of the fuck?
Did he just have an episode? What? Somebody get him out. What the fuck is going on? Nobody touch him. He might be contagious.
Might just had a fit. Yeah, that's what this trailer is. It's a batter at home plate, screaming and then bunting. That's exactly what this trailer is.
Oh my jeez, I made a sports reference.
Yes. Thank you, Paul.
What? I'm growing as a person.
I'm shocked that you knew what bunting was.
Bitch, that's all I do.
So
No, I was fairly decent at batting. They always put me in outfield. I played baseball when I was little. I liked soccer, but I can't do it because I have asthma. And now I just watch hockey because it's like figure skating for soccer players. It's the same basic sport, but it's on ice.
What?
That's what it is.
What?
Soccer and hockey are the same sport.
Figure skating for soccer players.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
You can send all your hate mail to.
Soccer and hockey are the same sport. Just one's on ice and has a puck. They have the same rules.
Oh my god.
And you punch people in hockey. I still don't understand why. Is that like a bonus?
I cannot wait for the Broad Street Brawlers to show up at my front door. Where the fuck is he?
Where's the gay dude who doesn't know anything about sports? The really opinionated one? Yeah, I don't have any friends
Oh
like
my god. Moving on before we get in any more trouble is going to be Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
Power is a fragile thing.
Staring me up how much I love you
Dwight, is that you?
and what I gotta do.
She owns me.
She was an angel.
When she wishes it, we die. One of these days, she'll pull the trigger. It's a good game.
I was so bored.
Really?
I fucking hated the first one.
You hated Sin City?
I don't really like Sin City.
I loved Sin City.
I really respect Frank Miller as a writer, but I really didn't like it. Just did not appeal to me. There was nothing in it that really got. It was a black and white cop movie, and I respected that they did it exactly I respect it as a story. I respect it as a movie. Frank Miller's a great writer. Sin City did nothing for me. So for there to be another one, I mean, it really, honest to God, the trailer, it looked exactly like the first trailer. It looked like everything I've seen, like, the Frank Miller-based movies be. I was just underwhelmed.
Okay, now, I understand where you're coming from because the trailer doesn't tell you a whole lot. It reintroduces you to a lot of the characters and some of the new ones, but again, it's probably going to be 3 or 4 different narratives like the first movie.
But even that, just the visuals, like, it was the same, like, angry John Malkovich driving with the car isn't really moving, but the background.
Was John Malkovich in this?
Yeah, there's a flash of him. I was like, hey,
Yeah,
John Malkovich.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see
car.
that.
Yeah, it's very, very quick. He's driving.
It still had, like, the black and white scene with the stripper and her hair is bright.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I mean, it's all visuals I've seen in his last movie. You know, with fucking Frodo Baggins.
Elijah Wood.
With the creepy eyes. Yeah, I couldn't think of that name.
Yeah.
With the creepy eyes, decapitated, being eaten by a dog or whatever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I've seen this. Also, that was really fucking gross.
Well, I'll say this. Kind of like 300, I don't want to see this style done all the time, but once every 6 or 7 years, I'm okay with that. You know, and that's the thing. Like, if every film was shot like 300, like Zack Snyder is now fucking doing, I'd get sick of it, which is why I didn't like Sucker Punch because of that style, or Man of Steel because it did a lot of that style as well, but we'll get into that at a later point.
I liked both of those movies.
Well, I have very choice words for Sucker Punch. And I know...
I liked it better the second and third time I saw it.
I didn't see it a second or third time.
I had fairly decent
One
sex
was
the
enough.
first time I saw it.
What?
I hooked up in the theater.
We've
when I saw
discussed
it.
this, I think.
Yeah. It was a really good background track.
Anyway, I forget who directed this. I know that in the first film, one of the producers or executive producers was Quentin Tarantino, but I forget who directed. I don't think it was Zack Snyder. It could have been, but I don't think it was. Oh no, was it Robert Rodriguez? God.
I shrug. I make noises.
Anyway, I'm okay with his visual style, and I like the just the contrast of black and white. You know, with basically no grays. It's just one extreme to the other, with an occasional shot of blue or red or green somewhere.
It's very Dick Tracy.
Right, and I like that. And
I like Dick Tracy.
And I could be wrong, and I'm trying to remember back in the trailer. Was Ava Green's eyes green? Or are they just fucking with us?
I think they were green.
Okay.
I think there was a couple different
color. I don't know if it was green.
And it's just like, hey, look, we're going to make your eyes the color of your last name. Look how clever we are.
Now, was this a book first?
I was discussing this with Kim. I do not know. I've read the first Sin City, and I loved it.
Okay.
But I haven't read anything since then. So I don't know if Frank Miller has written another series and I haven't read it, or if he's just writing this screenplay and making it up as he goes. I don't know. But I'm intrigued because there are characters in the first one, spoilers, who end up, kicking the bucket, and somehow they end up in this film. So I don't know if it's a prequel of sorts or if it's other tales that were going on at the same time as the first movie. I don't know.
Yeah, they all seem to be fucking the same girl.
What's that?
Isn't it like they're all like fucking the same girl? And they're like scared she's gonna turn on them or something? That's what I got from the trailer.
Maybe? I don't know.
Because there was like the scene where they're at the table and they're like, she's gonna turn on us. She's gonna turn on all of us. I was like, oh.
That might be. I don't know.
I'm
I
like, yo.
didn't catch that. I just caught that maybe she was someone working with that senator, maybe, and she's some sort of hit woman. I don't know. It's not explained in the trailer. Like the first movie, in the first trailer, you didn't know what the hell was going on in the trailer. All you got was visuals.
Right.
And it's the same in this. We have no idea what's going on, but somehow they'll all tie together, and they'll probably tie together with that corrupt senator again. Callahan, or whatever his name was.
I don't remember anything about the first movie.
Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to this. I really hope this is good, and the cast they've assembled is quite good. Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks pretty good. Did I also see Josh Brolin in it? Yep. Love his work recently. John Malkovich, holy shit. Eva Green, she can't do wrong right now.
Bruce Willis is the best.
Now, is he back for this?
I saw him.
He was in there?
Yeah.
So then it has wow. Then it has to be some sort of like side story that's going on, or they're doing flashbacks. I just don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I would really, really like to see this, and I pray that it's good. I pray that Frank Miller is doing the original justice. And again, I don't know if this is based off a series or not, and whether or not he's already written another series of graphic novels, but hopefully he's doing this series justice, because I don't want to see this go the route of something like all style over story with something like The Spirit. You know, I do not want to see it go that route, because The Spirit was basically, sadly, like, you know, just like a Sin City knockoff in the sense of its visuals.
I don't remember that.
The Spirit was Samuel Jackson.
Oh yeah, he's in it too.
Is he in this?
Yeah, his like eye is golden or something.
Oh, he's playing the substitute part from Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh.
Because Michael Clark Duncan was in the first movie, but he obviously can't come back. So Samuel Jackson will be subbing it for him. And that's what it looked like. So that's good. I'm glad that he's playing that part. But anyway, anyone have anything else to add about Sin City?
Jason to add? No.
No? Appa? Nothing? Okay. Well, moving on from that, a trailer I included just for Paul, which was The Machine.
It's incredible. It's conscious. Conscious machines are dangerous.
This machine has the potential to be so much more than just a soldier.
They're afraid of you. They think you're too human.
What are you looking for?
It's like Species, but with computers. That's the first thought. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it did kinda
okay.
look that way.
Yeah, and now, did you like Species?
The second one was kind of weird. That dude fucked everyone.
Yeah, the second one was a little too rapey for me. That's what it was. It was just very rapey. The first one, now even the first one was a bit rapey, but it was a woman raping men, so
It's not rape if you say thank you.
the men were dying.
Wait, the
were they saying
person
thank you?
doing
No,
the
the one who
raping
gets
or
it.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I just
you
want-
say thank
wanted
you, you weren't raped.
clarification.
You can't say thank you and then call the police. They're gonna be like, you said thank you, and the cops are like, that wasn't rape. You asked for that shit.
Oh, wow.
You like it's not rape if you like it. It might be statutory rape if you
Again,
like
you could send all of your hate mail
Yeah,
to.
I'm not touching that with a 100-foot pole, Paul.
it.
But The Machine, yeah.
Creepy, and I don't like it, and you're an asshole.
Yeah, like Alison said, that's a pretty good comparison, Alison. It's like The Species combined with Terminator 3, where you had that female Terminator.
Yeah.
You know, and my phone needs to stop fucking going off.
Nobody likes you. I don't know who's texting you.
I have no idea.
The only people that ever talk to you are in this room.
Yeah, pretty much. But I will say this.
Which means it's Robin.
Yeah, it was probably Robin. He sadly couldn't make it tonight. I'm intrigued as to where they're going with this. And what I think it looks like more than anything else is Splice. Do you remember
Yes.
Splice?
That's what her face looked like.
Yes.
Splice.
You know, it's
Oh, right.
it's that
The thing
deformed-looking
is-
face, and some scientist giving birth to her and feeling like he's a father figure, and of course the experiment goes awry, and he has to somehow control her. It's Splice, except it's technology instead of biology. That's what I see it as. And that's intriguing. And she's talking about us and we. I don't know if this is some sort of collective consciousness within this robot, or whether or not she's tied to a bunch of others. I don't know.
Is it like iRobot kind of thing?
Maybe.
Or like it's just a culture of robots and she's like a more advanced form?
Yes, that's possible.
Well, from the trailer, it looked like they made her, and they were like, "Well, we're gonna make a super soldier out of her."
Right. Which is
the guy's like, "No, no, no, we don't want to be."
Or something.
right. And when at the very beginning of the trailer, it looked like what they were going for was these robotics were being inserted into humans. Like there were these people who had either like lost limbs or, half a brain or something, and they were building these parts for these humans as basically like synthetic parts or artificial parts or something like that. And I'm intrigued by that. This is basically the next step from that. It's kind of like something like Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's good intentions at the very beginning, but of course it ends up going completely awry. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued by this. Because we're comparing it to so many other things, I'm afraid that it's going to collectively have the tropes of those other films. It's basically going to be the same thing of, having to destroy your pet at the end,
The one thing I did note is, and I just had to look this up because I meant to do it earlier, but the woman who plays Ava is her name. The machine is in Arrow. Plays Sarah Lance.
Oh, okay.
Again, I thought that was her face.
I haven't seen much Arrow. Remind me of who that is.
Well, in the show, it's the Black Canary.
Okay, yeah.
There's no such person.
Right, well, there is a Black Canary in the books, but that's
There's not a Sarah Lance.
Right.
No, actually, in the show, in the books, the Black Canary is Dinah, right?
Yeah.
In the show, Dinah is their mother.
Oh.
But their mother is played by River, the woman who played River Song on Doctor Who.
Okay.
And that's Dinah.
Okay.
I think. And she cannot do without her British accent. Like, they give her lines where she has short lines and she can stretch out some words. Uh-huh. And then she, if she can, she just nods.
That's pretty bad. There's nothing wrong with British accent, though. I mean, she's from Britain, for God's sake.
Yeah, Dinah's not.
Well, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. We've noticed that they've butchered that before, like Black Widow.
Yeah, no, I actually had that discussion with somebody today about how in the next movie, apparently, she's going to play a bigger part. And in the next Captain America, it's going to apparently revolve. There's going to be a big plot point for her. And how the only issue I ever had with her playing the role is that I wanted the Black Widow to be more Russian. Like, just fucking put on an accent. And she even says, like, I used to be Russian. Bitch, that shit doesn't change.
Yeah. The only reason I think they can forgive that accent is if they pull some ultimates, where basically she was just incognito the entire time until the end. Which I would love, but I don't think they're going to go that route.
I don't think that they will. And I also don't want them to make her evil.
Right.
I wouldn't mind if they made Fury evil, because I've always kind of wanted to see that. But, and actually did see that in Heroes Reborn. But yeah, I don't like that she doesn't have an accent. And I do hope that at some point somebody calls her on it and is like, you're Russian, where's your accent? And she just puts it on for a second just because people don't understand it as well.
So
I'll be fucking fine.
We digress again. Back to the machine. Got off on that tangent.
Apple, you being a slut? Daddy, look at me and all these ladies.
I don't have much more to say about this, though.
I don't want to see it. It looks dumb.
Well, you don't want to see it because you're terrified of it. Terrified? I'd put petrified and terrified into one word.
Terrified.
Terrified.
Paranormally terrified.
Yes. Which is what Paul is of this film.
To a pear.
That's a different spelling.
It's like, I know Paul will be watching this movie, and the second someone says Skynet, he's out.
Fucking I quit. Like, we developed this technology from the Cyberdyne tech. Yep, I'm done.
Pretty much.
Or if they're ever like, yeah, we started with Google. I'm like, nope. I don't even want internet.
Oh my God, she's running on Chrome. Linux, no.
Like, Paul, how are you gonna watch porn? Fucking, I'm buying it. I'll pay for porn from now on. I'm done with technology.
So moving on to that, a movie that is kind of intriguing the way it's shot is going to be The Den.
I think that I just witnessed a murder.
They want you to watch. They want to see your reaction.
Are you sure this isn't a friend of yours playing a prank?
And the first thing I'm going to say about this is stay the fuck off of Omegle, okay? Get the fuck offline because this is the kind of shit that happens on Omegle, okay?
I don't know what Omegle is.
Omegle is chat roulette or Skype. It's just random stuff.
I used to love chat roulette. I would go on there and I'd convince like straight married people to show me their dicks. It was fucking funny.
Well, that's all chat roulette is now. They made a joke on that on South Park. It's like Cartman was trying to get Kyle to meet people so he could add friends to his Facebook. And he's like, Kyle, if you want to meet people, this is how you do it. So he goes in there, okay, guy masturbating, guy masturbating, guy masturbating, guy masturbating. Oh, look, there's guy masturbating, guy masturbating. And he gets to like 20 different guys. Finally meets like a normal kid. Just because everyone on chat roulette is just guys masturbating apparently.
Well, I remember we would just sit there and I just random people. And some guy would be sitting there, they'd be like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, nothing, what are you up to? And I'm like, nothing, I was just seeing what was on tonight. And I'm like, so you're going to show me your dick? And they're like, what? Is that why you're on here? Yeah, why are you on here? I'm trying to meet nice people. And I'd be like, oh, no, I know enough nice people. I just want to see your dick. And like, they'd like look at me like, and then I'd see them like look into like the other room and I'd be like, is your wife in there? And they'd be like, yeah. Like, well, you should probably hurry up before she comes back.
Oh, my God. Now, here's the thing about this film, which, certain films have toyed with this before. Most notably would be VHS. Mm-hmm. The idea of recording these sequences through your laptop, which is what a lot of this film looks like. It looks like it's something like Omegle or Chat Roulette or Skype, which
it definitely looks like Chat Roulette.
Yeah, and it's called The Den.
But it must be a localized thing.
Why do you say that?
Because the trailer leads you to believe that these killings this killer is focused on making her specifically watch it.
Right.
And then the trailer also leads you to believe that he's stalking her.
Right.
So they must be local. It must be a local.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. It just happens that this one happens to be local.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but this guy's local, but the Den could be worldwide. You don't know.
I'm not saying that I'm saying that maybe the chat rooms are localized. Like apps that we have now are like in this vicinity area.
Okay, fair enough. And that could be true. Mm-hmm. And this girl, she seems nice enough. She's just going through meeting all these different people online. But I don't know anyone who just goes on to say, "Oh, you want to be my friend?" Has anyone ever done that?
That guy whose wife was in the other room.
Right.
And then he showed me his dick.
Oh, there you go. Which, by the way, this girl who's just going on there meeting these people, there's a shot of her, like, walking away with, like, the biggest camel toe ever. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's a shot in the trailer of the girl, after she's, like, chatting with people, she's, like, sitting there with her boyfriend. This girl has been finding all these people online. She walks away from the camera and just her panties, and she has, like, the biggest camel toe ever. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why do you think
that was the only thing on screen?
Again, you're aware of this. Like,
good point, Kim. Good
Alison,
point.
we need to come up with a list of random words to say around Kim. My theory, she was hypnotized. We need to
one
find...
word is going to be my
trigger word.
We need to find the trigger word. All right? Kumquat.
Boy, that Italian family down the way sure is quiet.
Volcano.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So, it looks like all of this film takes place on either like a GoPro or her laptop camera.
If you ever propose to her and she says yes, I'm just going to figure out what the ransom amount is and pay it for her.
Can we move on? For the love of God. I'm trying to discuss this thing, and all you're doing is ripping on me. Anyway, like I was saying, it looks like this entire movie is shot with either a GoPro or a laptop camera. Yeah. So it looks like the quality isn't going to be that good. Right. But I can forgive that so long as the story is all right.
Right.
Although, I don't really like this lead actress.
Yeah, she's kind of boring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She
didn't see the sexy parts.
What?
He saw the camel toe. Mike loves camel toe.
Fix yourself, girl.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Are we done? Are we done?
He could have helped. He's really good at like getting stuff stuck in. I imagine.
Oh my gosh! No.
You need to be. I need to tell you. So digress. The other day, I think we were all talking.
I know exactly where you're going.
We
but
were
go
all
ahead.
talking, and Allison. Somebody said something about Ben, and Allison was like, 1, 2, 3, Thor. And Mike said Ben's gonna be mad because we're making fun of him. And I was like, it's okay because Ben and I have been making fun of Mike because Ben sent me like a screenshot of your conversation.
Yep.
Something about sound equipment.
Uh-huh.
And Ben was like, no, Mike was like, well, do you think you'll be okay? And Ben was like, well, I'll fiddle with it. And Mike said, well, as long as you're fiddling and not diddling. And Ben's response was something to the extent of, I'll leave the diddling to you and Kim in the movie theater lobby. And I lost it.
I do not want to address the story anymore because there is no truth to it. It is all made up.
You know what? We're going to have a guest spot for Karen. She was there too.
She can go ahead and talk about it. I didn't do fucking anything. For God's sake.
For months after because you embarrassed her.
Kim is turning beet red.
It's a good contrast to her blue sweater. Shut up.
Thanks.
She's patriotic.
Moving on.
Never.
My pasty feet is that the white part, red,
Yeah.
white, and blue.
God.
Black pants and pasty feet.
Anyway.
The black pants are the seams.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to give up on this podcast. It just feels like we're not going to get back on track.
Oh. The den.
We always get back on
Yes,
track.
the den.
Oh.
She's going to die.
The guys who are the villains in this, they look like
Is there more than one?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, it leads you to believe that it's
Oh.
a small gang.
Yeah.
They kind of look
Did
like,
I fall asleep? Did I
You
fall
may
into a
have.
coma when I watched these?
they kind of look like the strangers.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
They look like strangers, which isn't bad, but I mean, it's just, putting a bag over your head and putting some stitches in it.
Yo,
That's
I
really what it
swore
looks like.
if I saw anybody that year come up to my fucking house in a potato sack mask, I was going to shoot them on sight. It may have been a Facebook status.
Just killed someone with my dick. Someone come help.
I'm not Corey.
Oh, nice plug.
R.I.P. R.I.P. I meant R.I.P. Danny, not R.I.P. Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry you lost your show, but we lost a friend.
Yeah.
He's engaged.
Yeah.
Killed by a giant black cock. We're sorry, Janelle.
I don't know what more to say about this one other than, I mean, I know you like to rip on the fact that I always talk about how found footage is going to be, way overdone, and it is overdone.
It is.
But I guess this is found footage. You would classify it as
It is
that?
kind of, but I don't feel like this is a stretch.
No, it's not. This isn't a stretch of the imagination. Mm-mm. You could see something like this happening, and with all the pranks that you see people do on Chat Roulette and Omegle, it wouldn't be beyond the fact of someone doing something legit on there, someone kidnapping someone
And I mean,
posting it online.
It's kind of reminiscent of Fear.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't a big fan of Fear.com, though.
No, it was The Ring. They were the same
it was
movie.
The Ring on the internet, yeah.
I was thinking the one with, what was her name? Diane Lane and the killers.
Oh, Untraceable.
With many views. As more people watch this, the
right.
longer than he's
and
going to die.
That was an
or whatever.
intriguing premise, but really bad execution.
What was it?
Untraceable at Diane Lane. Basically, you can go ahead and explain if you want.
I didn't ever actually see the movie,
okay.
so you can.
The premise of the film was that Diane Lane was some sort of prosecutor or detective, and what happened was this guy was kidnapping people online and putting them in saw traps.
He was kidnapping them in real life, but he
put them online.
the video
Just put the videos online.
He was taking their Digimon.
Digimon, yeah, they're Tamagotchis. Yeah. Well, I just dated myself with Tamagotchi. Wow.
A little bit.
Anyway, for example, this one guy was strapped into a big vat of water. It's just water. He's okay. But every time someone would watch the video, a drop of battery acid would go into the water. So the more people that watched the video, the closer he would get to death, until finally it's just a big vat of acid. And the idea is that what this guy is saying, this guy who's trapped these people, is people are tuning in just to watch you die. Everyone who watches this video is a killer. I am not guilty of murder. They are. And it's basically saying, we as a society, what we tune in to watch, is one person clicking to view a video guilty of murder. Mm-hmm. And that's what this movie tries to examine until the end, when it just kind of throws that shit out the window, and the execution was really poor. Again, really good premise, really poor execution. And you are right. This kind of parallels that.
Yeah, it had that. To me, it had the same feel to it.
Mm-hmm,
Like,
because even the detectives, like, these men want to see your reactions, you know?
right, yeah.
And again, that's an intriguing premise. I would like to see that. Hopefully the execution of this is good. Again, it's not going to be very good quality. At one point, it looks like the girl gets kidnapped and she gets put into a situation, and they strap a GoPro to her head or something. But
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this trailer.
why is that?
I don't know. I just have a bad feeling that it's not going to be good. Not going to be what I would want it to
Not
be.
as advertised.
Right, yeah.
Okay. And that's okay. You just have a very bad feeling about
Yeah,
it.
it gives me a
We
bad
sometimes
vibe.
get that with trailers. Yes.
My worry, and I don't even want to say this, but my real worry is that there's going to be copycats. Because people
You
are
mean like
fucked
in
up.
real life?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that I'm sure has happened before. I mean, with the way that social networking is, it has had to have. But
Well, recently we had the, what is it?
publicizing it is just
There was the
gonna-
Craigslist killer,
Right.
you know, the woman
I mean,
who
that
killed.
was like 10 years ago, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, still, you're absolutely right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we've had people take advantage of these things before. So my worry with a story like this and a story like Saw, Saw's a little more exaggerated because
Yeah.
it's less likely that somebody's going to kidnap them and
Put them in
somebody
these
in-
elaborate
put them
traps.
in these
Yeah,
big
everything
puzzles
has to go perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to teach them how to live
Right.
Mm-hmm.
or appreciate life. Like, I mean, thanks, anti-hero. Good job. But
Thanks, puppet.
yeah. But creepiest puppet in the entire world. Put Chucky the same. If I saw Chucky, I'd be like, fuck you. If I saw that, I'd be like, yo, what's up, tricycle? I didn't do nothing. But
I think when we went to, like, it was either Frightland or Penhurst or something, they had that puppet rolling around. You would have like, nope, I'm out.
I quit. Fuck that noise. I'd have broken the puppet.
Nice.
Sir, you can't break our props. Fuck you. It was going to kill me. I've seen the movies.
Nice.
I'm prepared. Sir, are you also the one who sabotaged the Terminator ride? Yes, I did. You're welcome.
Yeah, that Terminator ride at Universal was great. Did you ever go on that?
Really?
Do
Really?
you really think
Yes,
that-
really. The
No, I
Terminator
didn't.
ride was
Segue.
great.
I don't think that I did.
It wasn't really a ride. It was just more like a 3D experience.
It's more an AI unit trying to murder you, but no.
Yeah.
No. 3D experience. They were real, dummy. It's a really weird dream. Anyway,
They tore that out to put in the Transformers experience, so you can sit in that theater now.
so it's the same fucking thing.
It is pretty much the same thing, except
We went from this AI unit trying to kill you to this AI unit trying to kill you, fighting this AI unit trying to save you. Thanks, guys. But these ones can transform. So could the ones in the second and third movie. What's your fucking point?
real nice. Anyway, moving on from that, our final trailer, which is one that is really so hipster it hurts, but it still looks pretty good and makes me laugh, is Frank.
I say tell everyone everything. Why cover anything up? Right?
How to describe Frank?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, there's the head, of course.
He never takes it off. You think it's weird? Would it help if I said my facial expressions out loud? Welcoming smile.
Delighted look.
But what goes on inside the head inside that head
I find this inspiring.
is music.
Something is pressing something is!
Wow.
I'm still not really sure
wow.
what
I think I can accept this type of Oh, for the love of Jesus!
Spit it out.
You barely spoke the whole podcast. Is this why? Like, you forgot how? You taking lessons?
Yes. Okay, now I forget. Oh, I think I can accept this kind of hipster over the hipsters portrayed in Her a
Okay.
lot better.
All right, because this
It'll be
is
easier for me to
this
digest
is
them.
modern day hipster. This isn't futuristic hipster where
Right.
everyone is the same type of fucking hipster.
Right.
Oh, did you guys see her?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Really? That
I-
bad?
No. I just hate
Okay,
that
what do you-
whole world that it put me into.
No, we could touch on it real
Hated
quick.
it.
I loved her, but admittedly, the world they live in is like Spike Jonze' utopian hipster future. Everyone wears really high pants without belts. Everyone has like Macs everywhere. It's just a really insipid, full of yourself world.
Is that why it was somehow acceptable for him to be dating his
kind of? Yeah.
OS unit?
Yeah. Because
Right.
apparently that just exists in this world.
Yeah, that's like that was like perfectly like normal. Like
Yeah,
when
now
he said
some
it, they were
people-
like, oh yeah, yeah.
Some people were against it, but others were like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of blank blank who's also dating an OS. Yeah, it's acceptable."
How do you
I
fuck
hated
them?
it.
You don't, but it's explained in the movie.
In your mind.
In your
And
mind, yeah.
Like like that the guy the video that was on Tosh.0 where the guy was like sitting in his jeans without a shirt on. He's
Oh,
like, I'm
right.
gonna make myself orgasm. Or
Right. Oh
whatever
my god, that was the
without-
weirdest video
just with
ever.
my mind.
This guy's
So he
sitting there
says, yeah.
in his jeans.
Either that or
like,
he pissed himself.
Yeah,
I guess.
cross-legged, and after like a minute and a half, he's going, and he just like
he gets
lets
real
it-
red, like
Yeah.
his chest and everything. It's very creepy.
Yeah, very
Made me
weird.
uncomfortable.
But yeah, her admittedly,
They
you
remind
have
of Mike.
God,
Wow.
no.
Is that your O face?
moving on.
He gets so
And-
bashful.
I agree with you with that, and we talked about that in the review. With her, you have to get past that world. It is a very hipster world, and if you can't accept that, you're not going to like the movie. I could get past that, and I enjoyed the rest of the film because of that. But anyway, moving back to Frank. Now, I brought this up for a couple of reasons. One, because South by Southwest is going on right now, and this film deals with South by Southwest, which I think is kind of clever that they're putting it out around this time of year. But also, it's Michael Fassbender and a fucking big mask jar dome thing for the entire film.
And I don't care what people say. I love
Maggie Gyllenhaal?
I love Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Really?
I
do.
love her.
I can't stand.
I
Maggie
love her so
Gyllenhaal.
much. And I know there's a lot of people that don't, but I really, really do. Now, mind you, her part in The Dark Knight, like, I didn't mind her in The Dark Knight. I'm perfectly fine with her as an actress in there. I didn't think that character was important enough to recast. That's just me. I thought she did a fine job as the character. I just think that she could have been any other character in the entire world.
Right.
But in the one scene where he's like, "This is my hit song," and it's something really random words, and he's pounding on the thing, and she's like, "That's your most popular song." I love it. It's gonna be big.
Coca-Cola and Aphrodite or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
and I'm just like, I love you so much.
Now, I'll say the only thing I really liked her in, I don't hate her, but the only thing I really liked her in was like one of her first films, Donnie Darko. You know?
She was in there for like 14 seconds.
But I liked her in that.
You know who I hate? Joan Cusack. I need Joan Cusack to fall into a cactus and die.
Really?
Was she in this movie? In this
No.
trailer?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay. I was like,
Just a
has she
sibling of
been
an
in
actor I
anything?
liked.
Okay.
The only thing,
I love John Cusack, but I
Right.
hate Joan Cusack.
Okay.
the only thing she really does now is stuff for Toy Story.
No idea.
Yeah, well, she's Jessie in Toy Story.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
No idea.
And I think that's the only work she's been getting recently. I think she was also in like Mars Needs Moms.
It's because she's terrible. Her brother can act. She can't. She needs to get over it. Both
Fair
Gyllenhaals can act, but Jake has been taking some shitty ass parts.
He has.
So he needs to stop and go back to fucking Cowboys, because that's the last time he did something. No. The last movie I saw him in that I really liked, and I think it was after Brokeback, was Love and Other Drugs.
Never seen it.
It was about he was one of those salesmen who goes to like doctors' offices and sell drugs.
He was a drug rep.
Yeah,
Oh,
a drug
okay.
rep. And he was pushing Viagra.
Oh,
It was
okay.
when it first came out. He was like, I can sell this.
I don't know. Do you
And
know-
who Hathaway was in it.
Okay. Interesting.
I love her.
Sounds intriguing.
Love her.
I don't recall if Jarheads was before or after Brokeback Mountain, but I liked him in Jarheads. If you ever saw that,
I didn't. I
it
was
had
in high school
Jamie
when that-
Foxx. It's basically about Desert Storm.
Yeah, I was in high school when that came out, but I was also in high school when Brokeback came out. So
It
my
had to be
timeline
around the
is
same
skewed.
time. But
Yeah.
I liked Jarheads. That was an interesting story.
I liked the Kanye West song that went with it.
Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So Frank, like I said, this is a very hipster film, but it's intriguing. It's
I didn't even watch the whole trailer.
really, you
thought
turned
it
it
was-
off.
I was done. I was like, I fast forwarded through a couple parts. I'm like, really? Oh, no.
I was bored until they said that it was Fassbender, and then I was like, I really like Fassbender, and I kept checking out his pants, and I didn't see a bulge, so I cared less.
Something tells me that Fassbender had a hand in having this set at South by Southwest, because a lot of people don't know this, but Fassbender is apparently a huge fan of Austin. He'll go there and just hang out. He likes to perform with Karaoke Apocalypse. He just does shit in Austin. He loves that city, and I think that's
whatever
great.
Fassbender wanted ever.
What's that?
He was just like, Paul, do this. All right. It's weird, but I've already started. You're Magneto. Who am I to argue?
And there's been few work he's done recently that hasn't been fantastic.
Has there ever been work that he's done that wasn't good?
No.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And he's hot as shit.
And
he's got a huge dong.
I don't know that, but
really? You haven't heard that shit? In every fucking movie, they give him tight pants so it wraps down his fucking leg.
I never have looked.
Yes, and they make sure that they shoot it. Always. Young Magneto has a huge...
Bless you.
Bless you. Young Magneto has a huge cock. And according to Alan Cumming, when he, on the set of X2, he and Ian McKellen went to a nude beach, apparently so does old Magneto. Because he was on Graham Norton, he was like...
Well, old Magneto's gay.
Yeah, old Magneto's gay.
So why wouldn't he go? He's like, I'll take out
They're both
Alvis
gay.
if I go.
Alan Cumming is gay too.
Oh.
Obviously, if you ever hear Alan Cumming talk, you'll know he's gay. No, fuck. Young Magneto's got a huge cock. Old Magneto's got a huge cock, and the old one's a knight. I'm just saying, I'd do that too, just to be like, yo, I did a knight. Was it Magneto? Yo, we don't gotta point fingers. I'll even stop midway and be like, Magneto was right.
And I've been saying this for the last year or so. If we ever, we're going to eventually need a replacement for Daniel Craig, get Michael Fassbender to play Bond. Mm-hmm. I would love to see him as Bond. Because not only can he do other languages well, because we know he can, I think he has the potential to have that classic physique and that suave to be Bond.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because I don't know directors or producers, but I saw an interview with the director who did First Class, and he said, I wanted the feel for First Class to be an old Bond movie.
And it was.
And Fassbender fit perfectly in that universe.
Right.
And he was Magneto, but you never looked at him and said... One of the things I loved about that movie was you never looked at it and said, this is an X-Men movie. Right. I don't even fucking know, but it was great.
It was kind of a period piece.
It was.
And it worked as that. Which is why I think I liked it much more than a lot of the other X-Men films. I mean, I still love, X-Men 1 and 2, but I would put this right at that level.
Oh, yeah,
as far as
absolutely.
how much I liked it. So
I'd say 2, First Class, and then 1.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Now, getting back to this, I don't know anyone else on this cast besides Fassbender and Gyllenhaal, but it's just... Again, a small band trying to get together to play at South by Southwest, which would be a great gig for any band. But it's this guy who has to wear this big artificial head. And he always wears it. And I'm like, okay, is this a shtick? Is he a performance artist? He's just like, no, he just always wears it. Okay, I think it's just an excuse for Michael Fassbender not have to act for one film. But
Well, and on the other hand... There's so many actors that do so much FaceTime.
Right.
So for him to go into a movie and say, I'm not going to show my face, or for them to give him a role and say, you're not going to show your face, I mean, it's almost to be admired.
Mm-hmm.
And Appa is assaulting Alison.
She's smiling. I think she likes it.
She said thank you, I think.
She said thank you. It's not rape. Appa said you're welcome, and now he's leaving.
One and done, dude. One and done.
Wow.
You got manners? Good boy, you got manners.
No. So, I'm indifferent about this film.
Yeah, I probably won't see it.
I would like to see it. I mean, it's an indie film. It's not going to get a major release, I can guarantee that. But I'm kind of intrigued by it. But I want to say this. If this guy never takes this big head off, oh my God, his face has got to be a wreck. Like, can you imagine just what he looks like underneath that?
Michael Fassbender.
No, he's not going to look like Michael Fassbender. He's going to look like Leonardo DiCaprio after that mask came off in The Man in the Iron Mask. You remember that shit?
I don't remember that.
Oh my God, just like hair all over and fucking... Which, by the way, even that was wrong. If he wore that mask for that long, there'd be like boils and scabs all over his face. He'd be fucking disfigured. But
they
somehow...
never changed it. That supposedly he wore since he was a little kid or something, right?
Yeah.
He'd have to grow, and they'd have to change it.
Okay, fair enough. But still,
Because if he didn't, then like grow through the mask.
Right.
Or he would just keep it like he'd have a little tiny head.
He would have died.
Yeah, he would have died.
Well, Steve was telling me when he was doing his I don't know, residential or whatever it was, they had to remove a woman from a couch. She had sat on the couch for like 5 years.
Wow.
And her skin had fused with the couch.
Oh my god.
Like they had to cut out portions of the couch.
I've seen something like that. You have to like take a scalpel and
I think
like,
it fused. They had to cut around the couch, yeah.
To get her to
get her up.
Okay.
And I don't know. He told me, I was like, well, did they remove the fabric? He was like, they couldn't. It was her skin. Like it was part of her. The fibers had fused with her.
Okay.
And and it was like, you know, I mean, you sit on a couch long enough, like, you know, you're shifting around your clothes right up here and there. Like the parts, it all fused.
Was she wearing clothes?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
And then people were there to like she had.
She must have been wearing the same clothes for 5 years.
Yeah, like she must have been. And beyond that,
how did she go to the fucking bathroom?
And I asked them that, and there were people there that would she would shift in a position and go, and that's fucking vile.
I'm like, no, you're getting up off the couch.
But my thought was like, and this is a weird thought, but what is that point where you sit down and you don't get up? Like, I want to know what your last thought was when you sat down.
Fuck the planet.
Basically, I really want to.
Fuck myself.
Like, I want to ask this person, what was the last thing you thought when you sat down, and the first thing you thought when you were going to get up and didn't?
Right. Yeah.
And then just went from there. Yeah. I can't sit still that long. Are you kidding me?
Wowie. We're going to end the podcast on that, apparently.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm going to go get some Taco Bell.
Wow. So we end the podcast on being fused to your fucking couch.
Because you're fat and lazy.
Because you're a fat ass.
Don't be a fat ass.
Don't get fused to your couch, please.
Just wear a big helmet mask.
Big helmet mask, yeah.
Public service announcement from Projectionist Reviews.
The more you know.
Dun dun.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
The other half is guns. So I want to thank Super Human Aficionado for coming by.
May the force be with you.
Yes, I want to thank Kim for coming by.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Yes.
Well,
and I want to thank Ms. 3-Star Staffire for coming by.
I got nothing to follow that.
I don't know why, but I expected Kim to live long and prosper, and then I'll throw my mic at her face.
Sorry, I didn't think of that one.
It's okay, you avoided a mic.
So thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good night and take care.
Bye.